Uh, Chain of Memories. For the longest time, I've considered this the worst game in the series based on the gameplay alone. It was such a departure from what I was used to in the series. When this was released, there was only one other Kingdom Hearts game to pair this with. Back in January, I reviewed Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Even though I didn't love it as much as I did as a kid, it was still a fun time. So what about Chain of Memories? Well, let's talk about it. So for this review, we are looking at Chain of Memories, which is essentially a re-release of the original game that was released for PS2 and now the PS4 for the 1.5 and 2.5 collection. The original game was released for the Game Boy Advance in late 2004, which is a rant in itself, but that's for another video. So the plot. Let's just sum this up. After the events of the first game, Sora and the gang are back on the mission to reunite with their friends and also to find King Mickey. Along the way, Sora is lured to this mysterious castle called Castle Oblivion. Now, in the castle, as you progress, your memories are slowly lost. This is our first introduction to the organization, these characters who have these black hoods. Anyway, coming to find out this girl named Naminé has been manipulating Sora's memories because this organization member by the name of Marluxia wants to take over, and he feels Sora is the key to that. So you control the memory, you control the person. You face other organization members as you proceed through the castle, but all they do is attempt to manipulate Sora. Naminé and Axel, who is the redhead fire dude, decides to turn on Marluxia. Axel frees Naminé, and that will lead to the final boss fight between Sora and Marluxia. After you defeat him, Naminé promises to help Sora and his friends to repiece the correct parts of their memories by placing them in these pods. That pretty much sums up Chain of Memories' main story. There is also a Riku campaign, where he and King Mickey attempts to learn more about the organization. I'm sorry, this story did not keep my attention in the slightest. I'm sure there are plenty of Kingdom Hearts experts out there, but man is it getting hard to really defend this game's story. I personally just did not care. Now let's move on to gameplay. One thing that I've always criticized Kingdom Hearts about was its shallow gameplay, especially in some of the later games, but this game takes a different approach entirely. When I played this game for the first time back in 2004, I hated it because it was such a departure from the fast-paced hack and slash gameplay of the first game. On a positive note, I do feel like this style of gameplay has a huge potential for strategy, and you can approach combat in multiple ways. To explain, the way that you do anything in this game is through a card system. Each card has a value ranging from 0 to 9. You and your opponent will attempt to attack each other, and the player with the highest value will get the attack off. Now, if you have a card that has the value of 0, it will cancel out any card and card combo, but this is a little problematic when you're fighting more than one Heartless or enemy. You also have magic and potion cards as well. You can build your deck based on your gameplay style, so choose wisely. To be honest, the combat system itself is not bad. I actually grew to like it, but I felt that it could have used some fine-tuning and refinement. There are also map cards that you have to use to progress throughout the level. Each map card has a condition tied to them, so be careful in which one that you use. You can obtain new cards by defeating bosses, buying them from the Moogle room, or just finding them randomly in the area. There are also summon cards you can obtain, pretty much the same summons you had access to in the previous title. You can also get enemy cards which gives you certain perks throughout the battles. These are extremely useful. In terms of level variety, you're essentially just revisiting the same stages you did in Kingdom Hearts 1, but way more bland. Playing this game seriously bored me, and it was really a drag to get through these levels. There are no random encounters. You can see the Heartless in the stage, and you can even get to drop on them if you hit them with your Keyblade to engage in battle. This game still has the leveling system. When you level up, you can either increase your health, CP, or learn a new Sleight, which are special moves you can pull off with the right card combination. For my playthrough, I focused mainly on CP. I wanted to be able to use many high-level cards without maxing out my deck. I didn't really care about new moves, and health I focused on midway through the playthrough. Revisiting this game was something I was not looking forward to. I even debated on dropping this entirely, but after going through it, I can honestly say it's not a good experience for me. I know this game has its fans, and if you enjoy it, I can definitely understand that. There are some good elements here, but for me, this game just did not do much. If you want to play this, get the collection on PS4. But if you just want to get the story elements, I would recommend that you read the manga series or just watch the cutscenes on YouTube. I can't say when I'm going to be revisiting the Kingdom Hearts series, but I need a break after this one. Thank you guys so much for watching.